Welcome to the Path to Purpose interview show, where we share our unique and universal stories about finding and fulfilling our purpose. My name is Katja Rosanen, and I'm your host, transformational story coach, and a mentor for purpose-driven entrepreneurs. My intention for this is to inspire you on your path to purpose. And today I have a pleasure to interview Jake Adam Davey, who is the UK's leading Instagram marketing expert and global educator. His mission is to help ordinary people, as well as highly ambitious and driven people, live extraordinary lives by providing practical tools and guidance by empowering them in areas of wealth, personal mastery, and business. And with over 15 years of experience in education and leadership, Jake has taught sales and marketing strategies to tens of thousands of business owners and entrepreneurs worldwide. He has spoken on stages across the UK, South Africa, Asia, and across Europe. And over the past 5 years, through Instagram marketing and sales, Jake has helped his clients generate over $14 million in sales and reach and influence millions of people around the globe with their message, product, and service through the flagship training program, Galactic. And he's the founder of Influence Podcast and has appeared in a wide range of media outlets, including ZBS, NBC, and the Fox. And today he'll share with us how to grow your Instagram account and attract more clients. So let's get started here. Welcome, Jake. I'm super excited that you are here.
Thanks, Katja. I'm excited to be here as well. So thank you so much for the opportunity to speak to your audience. I'm looking forward to this.
And as I connected with you through Instagram and getting to know more about Instagram, that was my interest, and you appeared as an expert in that. And I'm just curious, as you have a long background, but was there a special event that led you to this path? How did you start helping people this way?
Yeah, it's a great question. There was a particular moment, I think, on the journey. I know that I'm certainly a big believer in that, and particular moments and such. And the moment was I met somebody on a beach in Fiji, which was very unexpected. I used to be a teacher. I was a teacher for 8 years. I quit teaching. I left the country. I moved away and traveled and had a great time, spent all my money, had no plan whatsoever, and I was going to come back into teaching. And literally the last place that I visited before coming back to the UK, I bumped into somebody on a beach, and this guy was where I was spending all of my money, the last of my money to travel and be at this beautiful resort. He was being paid to be there, and he was being paid to speak on stage and teach business owners and entrepreneurs how they could use, well, at the time, he was teaching people how to use Twitter for their business. And I just said, this is crazy. How are you getting paid how are you doing all the things that you really want to do? This is what I want to do. Show me, teach me. So this was back in 2016, and I started working with him very closely. I was fortunate to get mentored by him and coached by him. And at the time, this was 2016, he'd said, Instagram seems to be a great platform where a lot of people, it's continuing to grow. A lot of people are asking questions about it. I think it's got a bright future. And if you want to really add value to people, that might be a really good way to go. And so I did. I went all in. I purchased around 67, 68 different Instagram training programs. I tried and tested everything that I possibly could, and eventually found a process and formula that worked for me and has since worked for our clients to help them grow and monetize an audience on the platform.
Wow, I love that. Thank you for sharing. These random meetings can lead
Totally random
into something when we have the willingness to listen. And like, okay, let me explore this. And you were open and you said yes. And then the path started to unfold for you. So lovely. And now, as you have gone through all those programs and gathered all the information around Instagram, why should entrepreneurs be on Instagram? Like, give us a little sales pitch, like why Instagram?
Why Instagram? Well, it's a great question. The first thing I'd say is that we generally attract a lot of people who are, I would say, are generally quite spiritually aware. We work with a lot of healers and therapists and such people that generally want to help other people. We're very fortunate in that regard. The great thing about this platform is, firstly, there's over 1 billion people on Instagram, which is 1/7 of the entire planet that uses this platform. On average, people are spending about 53 minutes a day glued to their phone. And I'm not saying that's a good thing. I'm not saying that's okay. I'm not saying it's right. But the reality is we live in a world today where people are addicted to these devices. They pick them up first thing in the morning. It's the last thing they say goodnight to before they go to sleep, including their partner sometimes. And so it's something that's a huge part of life and society. And so Instagram right now is still one of the most popular apps and one of the most popular tools that connects people around the world. It's been more important in the last few years than ever before. And it continues to add new features, it continues to develop. It's got a huge amount of financial backing now with Meta. And so it's a really solid, consistent, reliable, and I would say stable platform where people can engage with their audience still completely for free and start to generate leads, clients, customers, and get their message out there at the same time.
Wow. And I know some of our listeners, they already have accounts and they most likely are already posting, creating content. And some of us might be like, maybe I can join and start posting. But what are the things that you would recommend someone who is, whether they are already rocking it or whether they are just getting started, but what would be things to keep in mind when you want to attract new clients into your business through the content?
Yeah.
Is there anything you could share there?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the first thing I'd say is if people are listening to this and they haven't yet started using Instagram, if many people will have done already, or they might have dabbled and used it a little bit, but not been particularly satisfied with the results, or they haven't used it before. So people falling into either of those categories, first thing I'd say is if you've never used this before, you are not disadvantaged, because we quite often get people come to us and they'll say, oh, I've tried this and I've tried this and I've tried this and it didn't work. And even if people come to us brand new, it's not a bad thing, because generally they haven't picked up a lot of the bad habits that other people have, which are sometimes hard to let go of. But either way, now is a great time to get started on the platform, on Instagram. You're still in a position where you can grow very, very quickly. And the fastest way that you can grow an audience, or that anybody can grow an audience today on this platform without needing to spend any money on paid advertising, is with Instagram Reels. And so some people will be familiar with that, but just in case people listening aren't, Instagram Reels are basically, the simple explanation is Reels equals short video. And simply by creating short video, and there are ways you can do this without even putting your face out there. There's ways that you can do this without anybody even knowing that it's you. You could be behind the scenes. So even people that don't want to be on camera can benefit from this.
I can hear now a lot of people are like, oh, relief.
Yeah, it's just like breathing a sigh of relief. I know we did a poll with our clients last year, and 52% of the people we work with prefer to be behind the scenes. 48% are comfortable on camera. So it's almost 50-50. It's very, very close in terms of the split of people that we work with. But yeah, it really doesn't, the platform doesn't discriminate in that way. Gone are the days where you have to be an influencer, you have to be lying on the beach in a bikini, and that's just the men, to get your face out there and be seen. It's really an opportunity where everybody can benefit from the platform. And as I mentioned, the latest feature right now is Instagram Reels, short video, and that far and away is the fastest way to grow.
Nice. Thank you for sharing that. And then on the other side, like now we are encouraging people to test it out, go in there. And then what are things maybe that you have seen as you have helped so many? Is there some mistakes or things, do not do this thing when it comes to creating content on Instagram?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. So the major thing that holds people back, or that we see hold people back, is that they will give it a try. They'll test it. They'll say, okay, I'm going to try this, or maybe even think, oh, I've done this before, and I'm worried I might get the same result. Which generally is they take the time, the energy, the effort to put something out there, and it doesn't always give them the response that they're looking for and that they want. So the approach that we've looked to create is to make it almost an easy part of your day, like a simple habit where people and our clients can create content in less than 3 minutes a day. And you can actually front load this at the start of the week or even at the start of the month. So the majority of our clients now will do their content in roughly, it's around 87 minutes per month to get all of their content done for Instagram, Facebook, TikTok if they wish, and YouTube. And they can share it across all these multiple platforms. And because they have such a small investment of time, 3 minutes is relatively nothing, in the day, that they're not hanging on the result of, did I get lots of likes, lots of comments, lots of engagement, or perhaps today maybe I didn't. It's that we focus more on the consistency, the process, and ensure that people are regularly showing up, because that's what the audience wants and that's what Instagram wants. And actually, over time, when you do those two things, the results will come consistently.
Wow, 87 minutes for months,
Yeah.
creating content for a month. I think now people are like, all right, I'm on that.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. I'll just add to that as well. We have the way the program that we call it's called 6-second reels. So the idea is that people are creating very, very short content. When we talk about short video, we mean short video, 6 seconds, really. So it's very, very achievable. It's very, very doable, and it has a huge impact on people's growth as well.
yeah, because most likely those short videos, then people might watch a couple of times,
Exactly.
which then increases the viewings.
Absolutely. Yeah. It takes the same amount of time to watch one 30-second video once, or a 6-second video 5 times, so you get a lot more traction, a lot more engagement with a shorter video in that way.
Yeah. Wow. And think about people, 6 seconds. And then you have one content piece ready. So that is amazing. And now, of course, besides contacting you and getting support, which I highly recommend, how can then entrepreneurs can start growing their account? Because I have heard some say like, yeah, I was in Instagram, but it got stalled like certain amount of followers and then it stopped and then I gave up. So if somebody is in that place, what are your top tips to get that account going again?
Yeah. So there's multiple reasons why those types of things may happen, and everybody's experience is always going to be different on the platform. The one thing that we found right now, it really does come down to consistency, and over the longer term, it might sound like a long-term project, but really just by getting into that consistency, people will start to see results immediately. And so if perhaps the growth has slowed down or dropped off, or people weren't getting the traction or the leads and the clients coming through that they were originally, I would encourage them to go back to basics, which is, are we really sharing, content and speaking directly to our audience? Because that's generally an issue where people fall down, is maybe they need to just go back and look again at who specifically are we making this content for. And I'm a big fan of creating it for one person. If we have one specific person in mind that we create all of our content for, then we know that we're solving a problem for at least one person. Combining that with showing up on a consistent basis, and that's as human beings, like, we like to see progress. If we don't see progress quite quickly, generally we can fall off without a bit of prodding and a bit of poking and a bit of encouragement. And so the reason, again, that we put that we talk about something like 6-second reels is it's so easy to do. It means that people can get consistent, they can build this routine and this habit, and then they start to see results. So my suggestion would be, find a way, if the growth has slowed, find a way to get consistent again, even if it's very, very small steps, baby steps. Find a way to get consistent, because then the results will come.
Nice. And that is encouraging for like, okay, let's get back being consistent, and most likely also creating some sort of plan. Like that's what you help people to do, creating the content. And who do you normally work with? Who comes to you? Like, can you share a little bit of that, and how you help them with the Instagram or other things as well? Because I know you do more, but the Instagram has been the focus today. So can you share a bit of that?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So the first thing I'd say is that we're very fortunate that because it's Instagram, it attracts a wide range of people. We work with people who are brick and mortar companies. We work with individuals. We work with large companies as well. But the general space that we're in, and where we find people get the best results and they get the best traction, are generally those individuals. They may be coaches, consultants, experts, speakers, people who are generally working with people one-to-one, and they're quite strong at building relationships. Now, I mentioned before that you don't have to be on camera, and you absolutely don't, but people buy from people. And we're increasingly hearing in the news about new AI and new development and robots that can do this and all this kind of thing. But the reality is that people still want to do business with people. And so anybody there that is committed to finding a platform that will give them a consistent, traffic source, and isn't just looking for a kind of flash in the pan to get quick results and then disappear the next day, but actually, I really want to build and nurture a relationship with my audience. And when you do, the returns are quite remarkable. So that's generally the type of person that will benefit the most from this. And then in terms of the approach, really, the best advice I can give, it's twofold. Firstly, is that we always focus on giving the audience what they want, because the reason people go on social media is because generally they're bored. They are looking for distraction from work or from their partner or their children or their boss, or they're just looking for some form of entertainment, and that's why they go online. And so if we can remedy that in some way, they're going to spend their time there anyway. So if we can get in front of that audience, that's the first thing. The second thing is that we very much encourage our audience not to sell on social media. We market publicly and we sell privately. And so having built that audience and focused on giving people what they want, what we then have, we have something that's called the ACT process, ACT process. It's a 3-step process to help our clients grow and then convert that audience using 3 simple steps. And it means that you're not selling publicly. It means that you're not being pushy. In fact, you've got completely the opposite, where people are starting to come to you and you're naturally attracting people into your pipeline, which is like the most attractive thing for business owners right now.
That's the best thing, like having a direct message, like somebody asking, hey, I'm interested, how can I work with you, like, or asking about what you do, more information, getting them into call with you. So that's what we want, to wake up in the morning and check Instagram and seeing all those messages coming through.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. And you have given us a lot to think about today. And I know you have also put together a special gift to my community to take on what we have been talking here today and go deeper with you. So can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a couple of options, because I realize that everybody consumes information in different ways. And so the first option, and I'm sorry, because I didn't prep you for this in advance, but I was thinking about it. I thought, well, everybody's different and people benefit in different ways. So the first thing is that we have kind of a training that people can go through, like, with their eyes, and actually watch me walk through this process and show them step by step how the whole thing is done. Are you happy with me to share the link now?
You can, yes. And I put it on the show notes as well.
Okay,
so
great. Yes, we can put that in the show notes. That's the first thing. So we've got a training. It's very, very short, but it shows people kind of how the process works and how they can actually start growing and monetize with Instagram very, very quickly. And the second option, which I just thought of, but I think it might be quite useful, is we have a marketing guide for 2023. So it's brand new.
Right.
We're just launching this. We normally only share this with our one-to-one clients, I have to say. We don't normally share this publicly, but we got such a great response from the one-to-one clients, and they actually said, you should share this with more people. So we thought, well, okay, well, let's make it public. So we're actually going to give that as an option as well for people if they actually want to get a kind of a guide, like a download that they can go through and implement themselves. I think that would be really useful as well.
That is amazing. Thank you so much. I'm gonna so get those too, because love learning from you. And now, as we start wrapping up here, do you have a special message that you would like to share?
So many. I think the one thing for me which continues to be important, and I realize is very important, is getting support. I mentioned right at the start that this journey would not have happened if I hadn't have encountered that person. Being out of the country and leaving my job got me out of my comfort zone. Having a conversation with somebody in a totally different industry, in an area that I wasn't experienced with, got me out of my comfort zone. But I've realized over the past 5-6 years that to continue to be able to progress, it's very much been about education, about learning, about getting support, being around the right people. And the one thing I would advise, whether it's around Instagram, whether it's any type of business area or anything in life really, is getting support, getting a coach, and working with somebody closely that can help you get to where you want to get to.
Yes, and I am totally an advocate for that too, because I tried to do things on my own and that was a hard way. So now I'm always like looking forward to getting support and also encouraging other people to have support. And that was one of the inspiration also for these interviews, to just sharing the message that help is available. So if you want to start rocking in Instagram, do contact Jake. So thank you so much, Jake, for your time today and all the wisdom that you shared, as well as all the work that you do in the world.
Thank you so much. I'm very grateful to be invited here. Thank you. And again, thank you to you for having the show, having the podcast, sharing this message, and giving giving people like me the opportunity to share this with your audience as well. So thank you.
You are so welcome, and thank you for watching the Path to Purpose interview show. If you like this interview, hit the thumbs up button, and I'm sending you loads of light, loads of love, and stay well and stay tuned for the next episode by subscribing to this channel. And you can also check the previous episodes. Bye for now.